The chant Om Namah Shivaya is a highly codified equation, an ancient sonic formula engineered to connect human consciousness to the architecture of the universe. This technology of sound traces back to the absolute earliest known Vedic texts. It appears in the Sri Rudram, a section of the 3,000-year-old Yajurveda. In this original context, the word Shiva was used as an adjective rather than a proper name. It translated to auspicious or benign. These ancient texts used the concept of auspiciousness to describe the dark, empty void, the absolute nothingness from which stars, planets, and living beings manifest. Modern astronomy echoes this philosophical concept. We now observe that roughly 95% of the universe consists of dark matter and dark energy, invisible forces that do not emit light, yet constitute the vast majority of all existence. Lacking physical tools like telescopes, ancient sages developed precise acoustic sequences to bridge the gap between the human experience and this invisible cosmic void. This system relies on a structural framework called the Panchakshara, or the 5 syllables. These are the distinct sounds: Na, Ma, Shi, Va, and Ya. Philosophers in the Shivite tradition mapped these 5 sounds to the 5 primary elements of physical reality: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. The 8th century philosopher Adi Shankara defined the specific relationship between these sounds and the deity in his work, the Shiva Panchakshara Stotra. Reciting these sounds in sequence is a method of mentally retracing the blueprint of existence, moving from the density of the physical earth to the subtle nature of the soul. The sequence begins with Na, representing the element of earth. In this system, it corresponds to the process of concealment, how the physical world masks the deeper reality of consciousness. Next is Ma, representing the element of water and the tangible material world we inhabit. Shi represents the element of fire. This is the central point of the formula, signifying the absolute, all-pervading consciousness. Va corresponds to the element of air and the movement of pranic energy, described as the revealing grace that leads back to the source. Finally, Ya represents ether, or space, and the Atman, the individual soul that experiences these elements. The prefix Om provides the universal frequency that binds these 5 distinct elements into a single functional system. This makes the Panchakshara an active formula designed to align the fundamental building blocks of the universe within the person speaking it. Beyond the symbolic philosophy, the physical vibration of these specific sounds creates measurable changes in human physiology. The rhythmic vocalization of the mantra stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. This activation helps lower cortisol levels and reduces the physiological markers of stress and anxiety. This makes the chant a bioacoustic tool. It functions as a tuning fork for the body, shifting the entire nervous system out of a state of chaotic agitation and bringing it down into one of deep physical stability. With the body stilled, the perspective shifts from the macrocosm of outer space to the microcosm of the mind, as explored in the tradition of Kashmir Shaivism. The texts of this tradition argue that the cosmic processes of creation, sustenance, and dissolution constantly occur inside your own consciousness. The text connects the life cycle of a thought to the life cycle of a galaxy. The mantra allows observation of these inner processes without entanglement. If the same mechanics that govern the vast stars are the exact same mechanics governing your own mind, the distinction between the internal self and the external universe begins to disappear. This leads to the core realization of the practice, that the void of space and the silent core of the mind are the same fundamental consciousness. Chanting Om Namah Shivaya harmonizes the 5 building blocks of existence within the speaker, aligning the individual mind with the energy that fills the entire universe.